So what is the deal with dance cardio? Plenty of people do metamorphosis or Tracy Anderson method on the online studio without doing dance cardio and they get great results. Why even bother? This was absolutely my initial take on it. And don't get me wrong, I did give it a shot. I tried dance cardio a few times when I was early on in metamorphosis, and quite frankly, it made me think that it was actually a program for beginners. That dance cardio was for people that are completely new to working out, not someone like me that's been working out intensely forever. No, I needed something more serious, more official than dance cardio. It wasn't until I received so much feedback to try it out that I really considered, you know what? Let's see where this takes me. So in today's video, I'm going to talk through why I ultimately chose to do dance cardio, what my routine with dance cardio is, what my results of dance cardio have been, and even alternatives for those that cannot do dance cardio for one reason or another. So the real reason why I do dance cardio is because it is pretty efficient for 30 minutes. Now, before I committed to dance cardio, I was really doing a lot of walking. I really enjoy walking. I really enjoy walking long distances, but that in itself had been such a time commitment. And 30 minutes for what you're able to accomplish with getting your heart rate up and the amount of calories you can burn, not that I think that always really matters, but nonetheless, you get a pretty decent workout with dance cardio in those 30 minutes. Initially, dance cardio was kind of boring to me and very odd. And initially, I followed it to a T, whereas now I've come to kind of freestyle with it. I also really make it something that's fun for me. So I really make sure I have a great playlist, and I now know the fundamental moves of dance cardio. Really, it comes down to changing it up and keeping your heart rate up. So I will play dance cardio in the background and I will follow it to some extent, but much of the time I go on to do my own thing. And all the while, I make it a point to keep my heart rate up, to switch up my moves and be very intentional about my moves. There was an article where Tracy Anderson was interviewed and she was talking about some of the celebrities she had trained. And she talked about that when they really just learned to let go with dance cardio and really enjoy it and let loose, that's when the results really came. And I think that may have something to do with kind of the energy you have behind it when you're really just enjoying yourself and having fun and not being so focused on following the tactile moves. I think there may be something to that kind of spiritual thing that actually helps support your results. So it's given me even more reason to kind of freestyle, not just because I enjoy it while I'm doing it, but I actually have learned to look forward to it. I don't get the sense of following a rigid routine. So that's ultimately why I do dance cardio now. It's become much more fun and enjoyable, and it's very efficient for the 30 minutes. So how about the results? I can tell you that it feels very similar to the results I got when I was a long distance runner. I used to run 3 to 5 miles every single day, and it made my body much more svelte. But it actually took quite a toll on my knees and it felt painful. I feel the same lengthening, lightness, kind of trimmer physique that I got from running as I do with dance cardio. And as much as I feel the results, I've even had comments from people saying, oh, you look thinner, you look, more trim. And for that 30 minutes a day where I'm not in pain and I don't have the achiness that I did from running, I'm very encouraged by that. So I'd be curious for anybody out there that does dance cardio, what have your results been? For me, I find that when I tack it on to the Tracy Anderson method, that muscular structure, it really just supercharges my results, which is why I really prioritize it most days. So that leads us to the routine element of dance cardio. This really comes down to what works best for you. And in a recent Tracy Anderson post-class talk, she shared that actually you'll get best results if you do dance cardio before muscular structure, but so many find that they actually are able to exert more energy during muscular structure if they wait to do dance cardio after. For me, I like to start my day with a nice hot cup of coffee. Then I get right into doing dance cardio. That way I don't even have much time to think about it. I just get it done with. During the work week, I will then plan on having my muscular structure session at the end of the work day. Whereas on the weekend, I will do dance cardio, followed immediately by the online studio muscular structure portion, which I'm now in the attain or advanced lane. And plug here that next week I will be putting together a video, kind of a tutorial of all things online studio, just to simplify it and break it down for anybody looking to get into online studio. So more on that. Lately, I've been trending at doing Tracy Anderson Method, so both dance cardio and muscular structure, about 6 days a week. And even on that 7th day, I'll usually just plan to do dance cardio because it makes me feel good. I feel so accomplished. It's not taxing. I've really just come to enjoy it and just have made it fun. So that's my routine around dance cardio. I would be very curious what yours is. And then lastly, some alternatives to dance cardio. So for some, they may have really a tough time with the jumping element of it. She does have more low impact dance cardio, which you can choose from. There's also rebounding that Tracy Anderson recommends. So rebounding requires a rebounder, which is basically a small trampoline. I actually have invested in a rebounder and I'm giving it a whirl. That way in the coming weeks, I can report back on my thoughts, whether I think it's worth getting a rebounder or not. But not only is a rebounder great for those that may have joints that really aren't equipped for all that jumping because it is very gentle on the joints, it's also really great for lymphatic drainage and has all sorts of incredible benefits to it. So again, doing my own research around that and very excited to put together a video in the coming weeks. So as with muscular structure, if you are doing dance cardio, be sure to be intentional about your moves. Tighten your core, pull in your belly button. By being intentional about your moves and just really feeling the lengthening in your body, it's really just going to help drive those results even more. And this has made a profound difference for me. Also, be sure to wear some good sneakers during dance cardio. Early on, I made the mistake of not wearing shoes during dance cardio, and it really can hurt your joints. I don't think that there's a particular shoe you need to invest in, but if you have good running sneakers or good sneakers you like to work out in, that should work just fine. But be sure to wear some supportive footwear. All right, now if you find yourself with all sorts of excuses around why you can't do dance cardio, say you don't have time, you're not a dancer, yada yada yada, I ask that you get out your bullshit detector. That's right, your bullshit detector. Really? You don't have time? Are you Jeff Bezos from 5 a.m. to 10 p.m.? Your schedule is just packed to the brim? Likely not. Maybe you just get up 30 minutes earlier and just push it in. Maybe you just make 5 minutes for it, just to kind of dip your toe in the water. There's all sorts of kind of compromises you can make to at least introduce dance cardio into your workout routine if you're curious about it. I think it is so worth at least trying it out before you truly dismiss it. Just give it a whirl, even if that's just 5 minutes a few times a week. See how it feels for you, see if you can enjoy it. And likely, after you get done with that 5 minutes, you'll probably be fine to continue on with another 5 and make it 10 minutes. So see what works for you and just introducing it. It doesn't have to be every day, 30 minutes. Again, see what works for you. And at the end of the day, if it's important enough to you, you will make time for it. So with that bullshit detector, see, is it really that important to me? If not, that's okay. You don't have to do dance cardio. You may choose something else, maybe walking or other forms of cardio work better for you. That's quite all right. But if you are curious about it, I think it is worth just dipping your toe in the water. Another reason why people avoid dance cardio is because they're convinced they're not a good dancer. And the good news is, with dance cardio, really no one is watching. Unless you're really judging yourself and hating on yourself, that's a whole nother story, but no one's watching, it doesn't matter. This is for you to have fun, let off some steam, get your heart rate up, and enjoy your workout. That's what this is about. It does not require you to be a good dancer. And if you live in an apartment and you're concerned about your neighbors below you hearing you jumping around, then the Rebounder actually may be a good alternative for you. So it's worth looking into. So as I opened with earlier, when I first tried dance cardio, I really thought it was just for beginners. And boy, was I wrong. Initially, it was a chore, but more and more I found things to enjoy about it. Now I actually look forward to it, so much so that I rarely miss a day. And I think that's because I began focusing on the positives of dance cardio and why I like it versus why I don't. And there's a saying that where your focus goes, your energy flows. So the more attention you put towards something, the more it's going to grow and the more energy there's going to be around it. Being mindful of where you're placing your energy and what the repercussions of that are so important, not just in dance cardio, but in all things in life. So I focus on the good with dance cardio, and as a result, it's just become better and better. Every week, my figure is looking a little bit trimmer, it's looking more lean, more feminine, and I'm so convinced that dance cardio plays a big role in that. I don't think I'd be seeing the results I am if I were just doing muscular structure. And again, that's just me, and I will continue doing dance cardio for that reason. And as I said, if you're still on the fence, just dip your toe in. Maybe do 5 minutes a few times a week and see how you feel. Maybe then increase that 5 minutes to 10 minutes a few times a week. Either way, you don't have to go all in immediately, but just dip your toe in and see what you think. See what you can do to make it enjoyable and fun and just a de-stressor. I also want to mention that the dance cardio I'm doing today is in the online studio. There is an instructor named Nikki, and lately I've been going into online studio and dance cardio library. I look at the catapult listing, and Nikki's latest was for the month of March. And I find that she's very easy to follow. There's been some other instructors that aren't as easy to follow, and I kind of prefer her instruction for the most part. But I haven't explored the whole dance cardio library. I just found that I enjoy hers, and I've just been sticking to that. And the dance cardio and online studio, for the most part, is extremely similar to Metamorphosis. I don't see much difference in it. In closing, I could not recommend dance cardio enough. Now, with the exceptions that you don't have any injuries that it could be compromising, I couldn't encourage you enough to just give it a shot, even if it's just 5 minutes a few times a week. I'm so grateful I actually tried it. I'm so grateful for those of you that encouraged me to try it. It's really made a huge difference in my results and how I feel. That really covers why I started dance cardio, the results I've been seeing, the frequency and routine I take on, and some dance cardio alternatives. So would love to hear your experience with dance cardio. What do you like about it? What maybe do you not like about it? Would love to see it in the comments below. I hope you found this helpful, and I want to thank you so much for each comment, each like, each subscribe. This has been so fun, and I thank you so much. Until next time.